I trained like David Goggins for 24 hours and now I'm literally on crutches and my feet are completely swollen. 20-kilometer run, heavy gym workout and a 40-kilometer cycle, all in one day. And I almost didn't make it. Here's how I broke my body trying to survive the David Goggins challenge. If you don't know who David Goggins is, he's a Navy SEAL, ultra runner, and basically
one of the toughest men on the planet.
He's famous for saying, "Stay fucking hard," and pushing his body way past the normal human limits. Now me, I'm just an average guy. I'm into gaming, content creation, and I'd say I'm at an intermediate level for fitness. I usually do 5 to 9 kilometers on my runs, but the one thing about me is I'm stubborn as hell and I love a challenge. So I wanted to see if an average guy like me could survive one insane day living like him. Here's what I have to complete in 24 hours. And this is David Goggins' daily routine. He starts off with a 20-kilometer run, followed with a break to refuel himself, a heavy gym workout, high reps and high sets, and a 40-kilometer cycle just to finish it off. Goggins starts his day at 5:30 in the morning, so that's exactly where I'm starting mine. Let's see if I can survive training like David Goggins for just one day. First challenge, wake up and get to running. Goal, 20 kilometers. It's 5:30 AM and I hadn't slept at all. But would David Goggins find that as an excuse?
You don't know me, son!
No, this challenge was starting whether I was ready or not. The 20-kilometer journey starts now. 1 kilometer in, 19 more kilometers to go. Feeling good. For me to finish this challenge, I had to make sure I paced myself well. 3 kilometers in, still going good, but starting to breathe a bit more heavier now. 5 kilometers, 37 minutes, and I'm not too much out of breath. I thought I would be out of breath by now. So we hit 8 kilometers in an hour. I don't think we're gonna hit 20 kilometers in 2 hours. But besides that, let's just try our best and let's keep it going. A quick pit stop just to grab some Huel for later, and now back to the grind. 10 kilometers in, my legs are getting really heavy. It's hard to catch my breath, but let's keep pushing it. Another 10 kilometers to go. This is a new personal best so far. And this is where everything starts to go downhill. My right leg was starting to fail me, my hamstrings were becoming tight, and it felt like my bone was stabbing into my foot. At this point I really needed a break, and there's no better time to refuel with Huel. But before I could enjoy my drink, this dog came up to me asking me to play fetch with it. So I played some fetch with the dog, and now it's time to continue back to this. I was only meant to have some sips of the ball. I ended up drinking half because it was so good. But now that I'm refueled, let's continue with our jog. I was running on my tiptoes for my right foot so I can keep up the jog, thinking that was a good idea. I made a big mistake. I don't think I'm going to be able to finish this. At this point, I've injured my leg, my feet hurt, my joints hurt, I can't jog, and I still got 8 kilometers to go. My leg really hurts, I can't put any pressure. I'm in pain, I'm fatigued, I'm bored. Very tempted to just give up. But David Goggins is in my head, and if I quit, all I'm going to hear him say is, "You're just a bitch," and we can't be that. So even if I have to crawl to finish this, I'm going to finish it. I'm going to finish 20 kilometers. Stay hard. I made it home at 16.7 kilometers, ate some food. Honestly, I just slapped some random stuff together on my plate. Protein, carbs, you know. And of course we got to refuel with Huel. I realized I actually have more energy than I did before I went for the jog. And little did I know, the no sleep was starting to catch up on me, and shortly after, I ended up passing out. I slept so long that it was 1 AM and I only had 5 hours left of the challenge. And with that, we're on to the second challenge. Gym. Goal, 45 minutes to an hour and a half of high reps. And my right foot was completely swollen. I could barely walk. Looking back at it, I'm surprised I even had the will to go outside, because me even walking down the street was absolutely brutal. I was barely even limping. And even looking back at the videos I've taken, honestly, it doesn't do any justice to actually show how much pain I was actually in. But for some reason, I just couldn't bring myself to quit. It was like there was a war inside my head, one telling me just to give up and quit and rest, and the other side that was just saying to me, keep going. Just keep going, endure the pain, endure everything, just finish this challenge. I've got a massive pain in my left foot now. It's so bad I can't even stand up properly on either foot anymore. So I had to finish this challenge sitting down. And with challenge number 2 complete, we're on to challenge number 3. Cycling. Goal, 40 kilometers. But one issue, we only have 3 hours left of the challenge and I still have to finish off the first challenge. There's no time to waste. I can't even stand up properly anymore. So we're just over a mile now, and we still got another 24 miles to go. To be honest, it's not too hard. My feet are kind of feeling a bit weird. However, it just feels like this is going to be a boring one, you know, a long, boring one. So, you know, stay hard. Unfortunately. Since this is the boring part, I'll leave it playing here. And while that's going on, I want to talk to you guys for a second. You know what I've been thinking about lately? I've done different things on this channel, from gaming to skits, even some reactions, and probably a few other things. And now this challenge. For a long time I was quite hesitant on doing these things because I thought I had to separate them. Like maybe I should have a second channel for reactions, another channel for gaming, because I felt like the people that subscribe to me wouldn't like that type of content, so I'd have to separate that. But one day I was chilling with my boys and I told him about a challenge I'm doing. Now I've always done challenges like diet challenges or fitness challenges, not documenting, I just do that as like a normal part of my life. I just like to do it. He told me to make a video on these challenges and I should post it. I basically told him I can't because that's not what my channel is. And he basically said to me, forget that. He's like, you can post whatever you want, from reactions to challenges, anything you want, because that is you. That is NasBlade. Because when I look at people like Speed, people watch him. People don't watch what he's doing, they're watching him. Not just what he plays. They tune into his energy, his chaos, his personality. It's about the creator, not just the content. And recently I've been telling my friends this too. I want to get to that point where people click for me, whether it's a game.
I never learned.
Oh shit! A skit.
Where are you guys coming from? Yeah! Where are you guys coming from?
A challenge, a reaction. But the question is, how do you build that? How do you make people care enough to click?
Yeah, if people don't click, they don't watch.
And when Mr. Beast says that, it means something. Coming from the guy who's basically at the top of the YouTube game. It's all about the title and thumbnail. Because no matter how good the YouTube video is, if it doesn't even catch anyone's eye to click, it means nothing. So that's why I'm doing this challenge video. Because to simply put it, they're not just content, they're me. I need to do this before 6 o'clock. Otherwise I failed the challenge. Finished the 25 miles, but now I can barely walk. I think I pushed myself too much. My legs are insanely sore and I can't really feel my foot pain. I think my left foot is also really swollen. This is not good. By the time I left the gym, there's only 35 minutes left on the clock. We still got another 2 kilometers to go, but there's one issue. I think I'm in a lot of trouble. My feet, I can feel my left foot so swollen, and it's also getting to the point where I don't really feel the pain anymore. It's 5:39. I'm at 19 kilometers in. My phone's on 9%. I'm starting to slow down. I need to get 1 more kilometer before 6 o'clock. So I got 21 minutes, 20 minutes. It's really a race against time. So 19.5 kilometers in, 10 minutes, 9 minutes left on the clock. I'm pushing myself as hard as I can, but my feet are they're growing in pain. But yeah, I've not come this far just to fail now, so let's keep it going. It wasn't just a race against time, it was a race against my battery percentage. Because I need to take a screenshot to prove that I finished the challenge in time. But seriously, I was in a lot of pain, my feet were so bruised. So if you would just appreciate my effort, please like and subscribe. Holy shit, we did it. So my phone just died at that moment, but what I was saying is we did it. We finished 20 kilometers off with 3 minutes to spare. We completed the whole challenge. But yeah, as soon as I got home, I had to rest. I got a headache. I feel like I'm gonna pass out. I've exhausted myself and both of my feet are both swollen. They are both swelled up. So I'm just trying to give myself as much rest as possible. Other than that, we did it. We completed the David Goggins challenge. Let's go. And you might be asking, what happened after that? And I'll tell you what happened. The real pain didn't set in until after the challenge was over. I was bedbound for the next couple days. I could barely move around, let alone going to the toilet. At this point, I was just having junk food and just watching shows. By day 2, I'm finally back at my PC, but my feet had to stay up to stop the swelling. By day 3, I'm able to move my toes more, the swelling's going down fast, but the pain still so bad I could barely walk on my tiptoes. And after a couple days, I was finally able to get up off my feet, but I needed crutches just to get around. I'm not even exaggerating, it was really that bad. Anyway, skip 3 weeks ahead. I had a podiatrist appointment already booked before the challenge to check on my feet. I've always had foot issues, but I just never knew it was that serious. Basically what she told me is I have a number of issues with my feet, and doing the challenge just made it worse. She said I didn't do any permanent damage and I would need to take 6 to 12 weeks off, even light exercises, as me even walking around the house at this point still hurts. I would like to think I haven't done any permanent damage, even though she said I haven't done any, but it's been a couple weeks already and I still have remnants of the pain. Basically, since I've done this challenge, my existing foot issues have become worse. But even after all that and being in a bad state, I'm glad I pushed myself that hard. Because at the end of the day, the David Goggins challenge wasn't just a physical challenge. It was more mental than anything. So having an issue with my feet and it being injured in the first part of the challenge, in my eyes, made it more of a mental challenge. Mentally speaking, I think I pushed myself further than some people that have taken on this challenge, because I don't know many people that will push themselves through the pain like I did. Initially, I was planning to do this David Goggins challenge for 7 days, but after I injured myself, I knew I wouldn't be able to do a second day. So I thought the least I could do is finish this challenge within 24 hours. And there was no way I was gonna quit. I would rather fail by running out of time or collapsing than giving up. And that's what kept me going so far. So for those of you that are watching this and that want to test yourself mentally, I'd highly suggest doing the David Goggins challenge. I believe doing this challenge will actually help you in a lot of aspects of your life, because you'll be able to see how far you can actually push yourself. However, if you do feel pain, and I know I'm being a hypocrite saying this, but you should stop, as you don't want to do any permanent damage. On a final note of things, I have a couple foot issues and I injured myself at the start of the challenge. So for those of you that are curious to see if you can take on this challenge and have no underlying health issues, if I can do this, then you have no excuse. And with that, as David Goggins would say, stay fucking hard! I appreciate all of you that have made it to the end of the video. I ask for those of you to please like, comment and subscribe and share to your friends, as making this video was a lot of pain, literally, and I'll see you guys very soon. Thank you.